Good afternoon to all. On behalf of the Department of Commerce and Management, Bhakta Kavi Narasimha University, Junagadh, and you all are heartily welcome to this university. And from now onwards, you will be a part of this family. And you all have to raise the name of this university like others do. The Department of Commerce and Management has organized a Dev Talk series. Today, I warmly welcome today's eminent expert, Dr. Ansu Surve. Today, I warmly welcome Honorable and enthusiastic Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Chetan Trivedi sir. I also welcome of EC members, principals, professors, research scholar, and my faculty members. I also welcome who are watching through YouTube, Facebook. I also warmly welcome today's series Adept Talk eminent expert Dr. Ansu Surve ma'am. Adept Talk is designed to improve the knowledge in the field of commerce and management students in the 21st century. Is the century of the knowledge, and the aim of the department is to give quality education to our valuable assets. So, kindly join with its journey of the knowledge. Let's share the knowledge and build new India. About the Dr. Ansu ma'am, she is an assistant professor in the Department of English, Faculty of Arts, Maharaja Sayajirao University of the Baroda. She has teaching experience of more than 20 years at the undergone UG and PG level also. Dr. Surve is an author of 3 books on the communication skills, all being offered as a textbook at UG level at Faculty of the Commerce. She is at PhD guides and 2 students pursuing their research under her guidance. She is the member of the Board of Study of the English Department and Faculty Board of the Faculty of Arts in the Maharaja Sayajirao University. She has been the Assistant Coordinator UGC SAP program. She has offered her services as an Assistant Director BBA program in the Faculty of Commerce. She is the Nodal Officer of the Office of the International Affairs. She has completed minor research project on the folk literature of the Western Madhya Pradesh. She has published many articles in the national as well as international journal. She has been selected in Excise Department in MP PSC in the year 2000. At present, she is working on the book project on the English study in India. His areas interest like the Indian study, comparative literature, cultural studies, American literature, and Indian aesthetics like ELT and communication skill also. My honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Chetan Trivedi sir, has inspired us to start this series under his efficient guidance. I again welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to deliver his occasional speech. Sir, please.
Very good noon to all of you. And I'm extremely happy to see the topic which you people have taken for is an extremely apt and justified one during Corona and after Corona in both the periods. Especially when we talk about communication and with the reference of business, commerce, accountancy, and finance. Communication is a more important tool of certain ideology and identity. This is very nice kind of things that has been taken by this department. I really congratulate Professor Dodia and the entire team for such a novel and innovative Adept Talk. Today, I welcome Dr. Ansu Surve, the cream faculty member of Department of English, Maharaja Sayajirao University, Baroda, to be with us to talk to our students about not only dynamic, but changing dynamic of workplace of communication. And we have with us so many students of not only commerce faculty, but arts faculty and other subjects, even science subjects with us to be the part of this talk. Right now we are live on YouTube and other social media platform. So I'm sure this kind of small talk may have a large impact. even though the platform which has been selected, social media, is a newer way of communication. If you think before Corona period, we have never had thought of Dr. Survey coming with us online at 4 o'clock from Baroda, and I am from other place, Bhausi from other place, and students, some people from Porbandar joined with us, some from Ahmedabad joined with us. I can see the comments also that so many people have joined with us. That is a newer way of communication. If you just look at the definition and the word communication, even before the language came into the existence, communication was there. It is all of an exchange of meaning. The exchange of meaning depends upon the coding and uncoding. It is all a process. When we are talking in the sense of the process of communication, the right message passes from the right channel in a right direction, and right encoding creates communication environment. Otherwise, a single wrong message will create tremendous barriers to communication. So especially in our private life, in our social life, in our social relations, in our academia, in industry, in workplaces, so many problems do happen because of the things. मैं ऐसा मानता हूं, मैं ऐसा मानता हूं, मैं भी ऐसा मानता हूं, सब लोग यही एक ही बात मानते हैं, मगर मैं ऐसा मानता हूं, they are just speaking. बोलते हैं, बोलते हैं, बोलते हैं. The most important tool of communication is listening. That's why the 4 skill begin with L, LSRW. If you will be a good listener, then and then you can be a good communicator. तो listening is the first and foremost skill. तो ऐसी एडप्ट टॉक जो आज रखी है, ऐसे टॉक से आपको लिसनिंग प्रैक्टिस बनेगी. Your first role as a student, as a researcher, as an entrepreneur, you have to listen to the message. Then you have to understand the value of the message, the validity of the message, the importance of the message, and try to interpret the message. And then if you can take into the action, it will create a great environment. If you look at our relationship, interpersonal relationship among human beings, so most of the time, बहुत सारे लोग अभी ऐसा सोचने लगे हैं, मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ या अच्छी हूँ, मैं सबके लिए बहुत करता हूँ या करती हूँ, लोग मुझे समझते नहीं है, मेरी बातों का किसी को ये महत्व नहीं है, मैं इतना कुछ करता हूँ करती हूँ, कोई मेरी बात को समझ नहीं पाता है. तो समझ नहीं पाता है, that sense of that hesitation is the basic problem from communication. So friends, the topic is very important. However, the knowledge of your commerce and accountancy, your field, you do have, but until and unless you are not a good communicator, until and unless you don't have the capacity to convince people, you don't have the capacity to make people to follow to you, your knowledge is nothing. That's why in changing workplaces, because we all are living in a global market, and especially the focus of the topic is Corona times. So this Corona has made us too close to us. Now the boundary distance has nothing to do with, the road has almost all vanished. The place of aeroplane has been taken by Zoom and this all StreamYard and other platforms. Because early in the times, suppose I have to talk, I have to go somewhere and I have to travel, the traveling is almost all gone. The travel time has been converted into the preparing time. And before that, if I have to deliver, I can speak only for one time. Those who are the listener, they listen to me. Once they are the part, they can be the part. If they are not, then things are vanished like anything. But now, if today I have a meeting, I will not be there. But at night before I sleep, I will listen to entire talk. So this is going to be a documented version. So the communication, what you speak, पहले ऐसा मानते थे हम, जो भी शब्द बोलते हैं उसका कोई अंत नहीं होता, ब्रह्मांड में ऐसा घूमता रहता है. तो कोरोना के टाइम और उसके बाद हम जो भी बात करते हैं वो अपने क्लाउड और इंटरनेट के माध्यम से घूमती रहती है, उसका कोई विनाश नहीं होता है, यहाँ से वहां चलती रहती है. तो मेरी ये आप सब यंग स्टूडेंट से विनती है, खास करके मैडम, हम लोगों के यहाँ स्टूडेंट्स आर कमिंग फ्रॉम रूरल एरिया, फ्रॉम सम इकोनॉमिकली बैकवर्ड क्लासेस, but they are very committed, they are very dedicated, they are very innovative, and teachers Our teachers of commerce and management department, they are not only teachers, but they are contributors, because they perform something beyond their routine duties. Otherwise, nowadays people don't do so many things. But I appreciate this task. I also appreciate the gesture shown by Dr. Anshu ma'am, that you have accepted this invitation and you are here for us. And I'm just giving positive note to that. The students, these kind of lectures are molding your life. Be a sensitive and patient listener. Try to understand the meaning between the text, because text is there. You try to analyze the text, and if you can able to understand the meaning between the text, I'm sure, because जो बात से जीत गया वो जिंदा है और वो जग जीत जाता है. तो आपकी बात में वजन तभी आता है कि जो आप बोलते हैं उसकी समझ आपको हो, उसकी आपको सोच हो, आप क्या बोल रहे हैं उसकी क्या प्रतिक्रियाएं हो सकती है. Sometimes there are two kinds of people. एक लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो बोलते हैं और बोलने के बाद सोचते हैं मैंने क्या बोला, और दूसरे लोग ऐसे होते हैं जो पहले सोचते हैं और बाद में बोलते हैं. तो आपके बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में, ग्लोबल बिजनेस जो कंपटीशन लेवल है, इसमें आपको प्रेजेंटेशन करना है, आपकी बात रखनी है, आपका विचार और विषय रखना है, तब बोलना इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, कैसे बोलना वो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंस है. In communication, it is also said that it is not important what you speak. Sometimes it is also important what not you speak. आप क्या नहीं बोलते हैं वो भी बहुत महत्व रखता है. तो ऐसी सब बातों पे बहुत सारी बातें होगी, ऐसा मुझे विश्वास है. फिर से एक बात, मैं सारी एक कॉमर्स टीम, अपने भाई भावसी भाई, अनिता बा, चावड़ा जी, विनीत, सबको अभिनंदन देता हूँ. और हम लोगों के जो स्टूडेंट्स आपसे मैडम जुड़े हैं उसके लिए आप बहुत अच्छी बात करेंगे, ऐसा मुझे विश्वास है. फिर से सबको धन्यवाद करता हूँ. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you very much, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Chetan Trivedi, sir. Thank you very much. I feel happy to inform you that BKNM University may be the first university who started this series of for the commerce, management, finance, banking, accountancy, and general management topics. Today's topic: changing dynamics of the workplace communication in Corona times. So, now I welcome today's eminent expert, Dr. Anshu Surve, deliver his expert speech for that topics. Please, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Junagadh University, Professor Chetan Trivedi, Head Department of Commerce and Management, Dr. Bhav Singh Dodia, the other members, especially Vineet, Dr. Vineet Verma, who has been with us earlier in MS University. So thank you for creating this wonderful opportunity virtually. And it is said that communication builds relationships. And in Corona times, where there had been a big question mark on relationship itself, how to continue relationship, how to maintain relationships, because we were under severe lockdown. So an unprecedented environment, which we had never seen, has been there into our lives. And it has created so many new avenues to us. And using one of the avenues, that is this virtual platform, I'm here to build relationships amongst universities, teachers, and those students who are with us online, and other members, whosoever, wherever they are listening to us. Thank you for giving this opportunity. I also congratulate the entire university, especially Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Under your leadership, I believe such path-breaking and innovative steps and measures to boost the academic environment of the students and the university will create new wonders. And as you already have said that the teachers and students are not just teachers and students, they are contributors. And I do believe that their contribution will create new benchmarks of excellence. So thank you for bringing me here online. And with this, I have, I think, about 40 odd minutes to interact or to deliver a talk on the changing dynamics of workplace communication. As Sir has very rightly said, that communication is not about speaking, communication is also about listening. And I also know that it depends upon the speaker to influence and enthuse the students to listen. I hope I'm doing justice to the adept talk that you have started, which is extremely commendable. Now, I believe that at the end of the 40 odd minutes, the students and the listeners will be able to get a big picture in the form: what are the changes that the pandemic times have presented before us? What are the challenges that have been presented before us? And how to meet, cope, face those challenges so that we constructively move ahead in whichever situation we are, either in the personal world or the social world. And as the topic or the theme of my talk today is workplace communication. So let's begin this talk by remembering and recalling all those experiences that we had during the pandemic times. The experiences during, again, we can divide this pandemic time into the pre pandemic time, the during pandemic time, and the post pandemic time. Right? Now, hopefully, with the blessings of God and all the medical gods, I may call them, that we might be entering into a world where Corona will be a post-pandemic thing. So, in this world, where we have had an opportunity to have learned the lesson of lifetime, that is, how to cope and defeat the challenges that are unpredictable, that are unprecedented, and that are life changing, not destructively, but constructively. So, one of the important tools to meet these challenges is communication. Communication not only builds relationship, communication not only gives you a window, a new avenue to open up, it also creates opportunities. And when I say that it creates opportunity, I believe that it creates opportunity at workplace, keeping in mind that most of you in a year or so would be entering into a new trajectory, and that trajectory is of employment. That trajectory is of creating environment, creating employment. That trajectory will be of joining an organization. Keeping all these constructs in our mind, let us now try and understand how the workplace communication has changed. We are when starting afresh, wearing a mask every day, wearing gloves has become a part and parcel of our life. More so, communicating virtually, making video calls, connecting with people virtually. That is again something that has been a daily routine. Meetings are being conducted online. I am here on a platform, a social network platform, communicating with almost the entire world. So the changes are fast and fast paced. Today, with masks, with gloves, with the shields, then queues. Queuing is a new norm. Right? We are waiting for our turn. We are waiting for the work to be completed, and that understanding of being a part of an entire workforce. That is something new. Along with that, what we have learned is that the opportunities that will be before us, these opportunities are different than whatever we have experienced throughout our lives. Now, it is said that communication creates opportunities. If you want communication to create opportunities at workplace, then you need to improve upon, upskill your communication skills. What I mean to say is, upskilling includes upskilling in body language, upskilling in presentations, upskilling in digital skills, upskilling in social skills, because new meanings have been added to all these trajectories. Now, let me take the first one. Again, it is said that actions speak louder than words. When I say actions speak louder than words, I mean to say that all elements of body language convey a very deep, influencing, persuasive meaning. Now, imagine if I am here communicating with you wearing a mask, right? Suppose take this as a mask, and I say, I have a good opportunity for you. I repeat, I have a good opportunity for you. Now, you were not able to see my entire face. You were not able to read my face, the functioning of the muscle. You were not able to see what I was speaking, because communication is not just about listening. Communication, particularly interpersonal communication at workplace, is also about seeing each other, the visual touch of communication. Now, what masks have done is morphed the entire idea of interpersonal communication skills. The question arises, how would I understand? How would I connect to people when mask itself is a barrier? And we know that mask is not a barrier, it is a shield that protects us. So how to read behind the mask is the new normal. The words like new normal are now, they are cliched. So why cribbing? Why complaining? Why not develop a skill to read the body language, to understand a body language with all those limitations that Corona has presented before us? Now, the question that you may ask is, how would you upskill your body language? How would you read faces? How would you read emotions? Learn to read and speak through your eyes. Learn to interpret and understand people, not just through the parts of the body, most importantly, through eyes. Eye contact is the most important feature of our facial expressions besides smile. But the smile is clouded by the mask. So then what to do? Use your eyes. Let your eyes speak. Let your eyes listen. Let your eyes build trust. Let your eyes give empathy. Right? Because this is what a workplace needs. A workplace needs an employee, a personnel who is connected, who empathizes, who has human connection, and who builds trust, so that there is an environment which is pleasant enough to work together. So, the first challenge that the workplace during and the post pandemic times asks for is upskilling your body language. Let the other parts of the body speak. Make connection with people around by gestures, by your eyes. Let your eyes smile, let your eyes speak. So, then what happens is that morphed and the changed facial expressions, they will not be a barrier anymore. Now, if you can see the screen, there is an image that I have used, that is the elbow rub. I hope you understand what is elbow rub. Because we need to rethink the handshake. Right? Though we understand that the Indian way of greeting has been very well appreciated by political leaders across the world. We are proud of that. But the global market and the global economy calls for a cross-cultural communication, which is mutually respecting, accepting each other's changes in culture, features of intercultural communication. So we cannot avoid handshake. But again, Corona has presented another challenge to think twice, to give a double take on handshake. Now, as friends, dear students, you may do the elbow rub, you may do the feet shake. Many of you, most of you might have started doing this. But what about workplace? Can we do this? So think twice before extending your hand for handshake, because again, it is incourteous not to respond to handshake. Because communication is not about speaking and listening. Communication is also about responding. Right? So create an environment where the morphed body language is the changed body language is accepted in a friendly manner, where you communicate without handshake, but the positivity is conveyed, the trust is conveyed, the connectivity is established. So second thing is come up with new ways and means of greetings. So body language, greetings. Now, next, what is the next thing? When I say upskilling, I also mean to say verbal upskilling. Now, when I said I have come to talk to you here on communication skills, now you can very well understand the change because I'm wearing the headset. So probably that the intonation, the pitch, and the voice might have reached to you very clearly with a lot of clarity. But when you wear the mask, what happens is your the pitch, the volume, the intonation, the entire paralinguistic elements, they are subdued. Probably the voice doesn't reach many times. And when you are in, because now we are moving towards an environment where we are opening up, we are broadening our horizons of working, we are meeting at contact places, we are meeting in real time, not in virtual time. So then we need to maintain that social distancing and follow all the steps so that we not only protect us, but we protect our friends at workplace. So mask and social distancing is going to be the new norm or the new normal. Now, in this new normal, if your voice doesn't reach, what to do? This is another challenge at workplace. So the changing dynamics of workplace, are they going to curb our oral communication? Do we let it control and check our oral communication? No. So how to do that? How to meet this challenge? Speak with more clarity, speak with a raised pitch, but do not cross the border of courtesy. At the same time, speak slowly so that people listen. And as Sir said, listen and read between the lines. Right? So, this is the change that you need to adopt too. Now, the mask, the greetings, that is the handshake, the paralinguistic elements. Now, the next dimension of upskilling is your digital skills. The time when you did not mention your computer literacy, your technical skills in resume is passé. You need to prepare your resume to show that you are job ready, you are employment ready. You need to customize yourself and your skills to the demand of the global economy and the changing market. For that, we started with personality, and therefore I started with the body language and the para language. Now, when I come to digital skills, I need you to understand that digital literacy, not only the functional or the fundamental, but a niche understanding of computers, of social networking sites, of these virtual platforms, either it be Google Meet or it be Zoom or it be Microsoft Teams, which in the course of time, when you were taking online lectures, you have had an exposure, a wonderful exposure. But then now the new buzzword is not netiquettes. Listen to me very carefully, not netiquettes, but virtual etiquettes. The new etiquettes, the new etiquettes in the academic world. Probably you might see in coming times a textbook on this. But right now, instead of learning through trial and error method, let's remind ourselves that there are certain virtual etiquettes added to the netiquettes. That is the etiquettes to be followed while you are communicating on net and while you are communicating virtually on virtual platforms. So, netiquettes, email etiquettes. Learn to write clear, concise emails. Learn to write clear, concise text messages. Because WhatsApp is again one of the official platforms if you want to use it. So learn to communicate formally instead of communicating socially without using your emojis, without using those stickers that you get. They are wonderful, but not made for the formal world, not made for the workplace. So upskilling yourself means training yourself, orienting yourself towards a better understanding of usage of all those multiple communicative devices that we have, and adapt to writing, change yourself, improve your writing towards expressing with clarity, expressing with precision, to communicate a lot within the stipulated time, to communicate completely, to communicate concisely, to communicate correctly within the time. That is the key to success at the workplace. So, the written communication, either on email, either through emails, either through WhatsApp messages, text messages, or even the comments that you make here, because we are having a chat here, a private chat and comment. So your comment should be appropriate. Your comment should be directed to the person whom you want to communicate, with proper address, with proper courtesy, with conciseness, completeness, and clarity. So these C's of communication matter the most when you are communicating in the new normal. Now, when it comes after written communication, I was talking about the virtual etiquettes. What are those virtual etiquettes? You might have seen in Zoom or in Microsoft Teams, if you want to speak, just don't unmute. You raise your hand, and there is an icon there of raising your hand, which gives a message to the speaker that you want to speak. You are waiting for your turn to speak. That is the idea behind a courteous workplace communication. So, accept the change, be ready to change. if you want to change the world, let's start with ourselves. Instead of flexing around the world, flexing, no, bragging around the world, how is Corona going to, affect me? Corona, I'm far away from it. Instead of having that attitude that I will not be harmed, no, I'm the last person to be affected by Corona. Instead of bragging about this, let's be prepared to face it by a new attitude, a changed attitude. And positive attitude is the root of the successful communication. So develop that attitude, nurture that attitude that I am the new generation. I am that generation. I belong to that generation, which is now opening up to new trajectories, new dimensions, new workplaces, and I am ready for that. So, besides these, what we need to do? Persuade ourselves to be good learners. Learning never ends. So, when you talk about the changing dynamics of workplace communication, you need to have an understanding of what the workplace is going to be. You are going to have an understanding of the changing times, wherein you present yourself with digitally upskilled and communication that leads you to success. Communication that is humane, communication that conveys empathy, communication that connects, communication that is constructive. So I do believe that these aspects of body language, these aspects of digital skills, these aspects of blending body language, digital skills with emotional intelligence skills are the keywords of the new normal. And let us not let this new normal obstruct and create a hindrance towards generating new dimensions of personal and professional success. Let's prepare ourselves. Let's prepare to be a part of a community which is readily accepting the new normal instead of complaining about it, instead of cribbing about it. So, when I say body language, I mean to let you understand that your posture, your gestures, your facial expressions, your eye contact, and your smile hidden behind the masks doesn't protect you from interpersonal communication. When I mean to say that you need to be socially connected and prepared, I emphasize and I request you to learn the art of communicating through clear, concise, complete messages. The messages that are not obstructed by the intonation of the changed intonation, which is the result of the shields that we are wearing. Let us create a balance. Let us understand the need. Do the need analysis, because you are the students of commerce and management, and you are taught to do the need analysis. So let's do the need analysis of the workplace situation. Let's understand who would be a new leader. Now, coming to the leadership skills, because you are all going to be future managers. who should be a new leader? Who is capable of being the new leader? The one who leads from the front? Yes, by default. But a true leader at workplace is one who not only creates opportunities for himself or herself, but for others. A leader is one who creates an environment of mutual development, growth, and excellence. So you need to hone your leadership skills. So when I say upskilling yourself, I need you to understand that you need to work upon your leadership skills. When I say leadership skills, I need you to understand that you should be able to take risks, calculated risks. You should be prepared to take initiatives, come forward, be proactive, do your homework for tomorrow's work, and come and stand in front instead of standing at the back, waiting for your chance to come or waiting for the opportunity to, so that the work is assigned to you. Come forward, be self motivated. So, in order to uh, adapt to the workplace, the changing workplace in the new normal during the corona times, you need to hone your leadership skills. And you cannot do this in, you cannot do this overnight. Rome was not built in a day. So you need to work upon it. You need to remind yourself. You need to groom yourself. How would you do so? You would do so by motivating yourself. Let those depressing words during corona times, what happened during the lockdown, that was unprecedented, that was unexpected, that was unwanted. But life goes on. So let's cope with the changing times and cope happily with a big smile on our face. So when I say you need to hone your leadership skills, I mean that you need to learn to be self motivated. A self motivated person always creates a wonderful and pleasant work culture. When I say that you need to hone your leadership skills, I need you to understand that you need to be proactive. When I say proactive means be prepared. When I say that you need to hone your leadership skills, I need you to understand that you need to take calculated risks. And I also need you to understand that social skills in the world of social networking is the key to professional success, because organizations want not just accountants, not just managers, they want people who can multitask. Multitasking means problem solving. So instead of being a problem creator, be a problem buster. Try to work upon your problem solving skills. And how would you do so? Instead of letting the dissatisfaction mount, multiply, stop it then and there itself. Find out the root cause of the dissatisfaction, the uneasiness, the unhappiness at workplace. Try and resolve then and there itself. So that is the problem solving skill. And you need a vigilant eye and a humane heart to understand the problems. So be a problem solver instead of problem creator. That is the mark of a true leader. That is how the new workplace looks for a leader who is not only a manager, an accountant, a supervisor, a sales executive, but one who can be an asset to the organization in the new normal. And for that, leadership skills, problem solving skills, risk taking skills, emotional intelligence skills, social networking skills are the key to professional success. And we don't have enough time, but even then, I hope I have given you some idea to work upon, to move towards the bigger and the larger picture. Coming back to the digital skills. Why? Because a leader needs to lead from the front. So if you are a team leader supervising an entire team, you need to be aware of those advanced skills, those advanced computer skills. You need to work upon your Microsoft Word. You need to work upon your the PowerPoint presentations. You need to work upon your how to use Excel, Microsoft Excel. You need to work upon these three key features of any workplace digital communication. Because how are we communicating? We are communicating through presentations. Your teachers might be presenting before you. We are making videos. All the teachers are into making videos. So what is Render Forest? How to make videos. So what I'm trying to give you an idea is, instead of sitting in the traditional environment and waiting for the change to happen, instead of that, wake up to the call of the time. Wake up to the changing times and change yourself. So what you need to do is, please enroll into those online programs which are available, without paying any fees. You just need to register for these programs which are available on Vyapam. Wake up to the programs that are available on Swayam. Wake up to the programs, online programs that are available on Coursera. Wake up, where Coursera is a platform where you would find that the world's most renowned universities, either it be Oxford or it be MIT in America or any other university. Even take up our Delhi University, Hyderabad University, IITs, they are opening up with new programs. So sitting in the comfort of your convenience of your home, please open up and register yourself to these programs offered digitally and upskill yourself. So you will grow, you would nurture, you would step and move towards excellence only when you open up and give an exposure to yourself. After the end of this lecture, I request you to go back to your cell phones and look for Coursera, look for Swayam platform, look for the programs offered by the IITs and upskill yourselves. And I also look forward to the idea that in this Adept Talk, which is a very commendable initiative of the university, not only teachers, but some of the students come forward and deliver the Adept Talk. That is the change that we need to see in our students. That are the changes that we are looking forward to see in our students. We need our students to come and stand, making eye contact with making eye contact with the changing times, which we call as pandemic times, the corona times, and face it, grow, change, learn, and excel. Let us summarize what we have tried to understand during this 40 odd minutes of this Adept Talk. We had a wonderful understanding of the changing workplace conditions with the hygiene, personal hygiene, workplace hygiene and sanitation, social distancing, and the word new normal. Let us not crib about the old normal. See, we are opening to two terms, the new normal and the old normal. So let the old normal be there itself. Let's open up to the new normal. So, workplace communication in the new normal is the buzzword. So, what we need to do is identify those workplace conditions, the workplace communication skills that we need to hone. And what are they? Let us start with personality. When I say personality, we start with working on ourselves, that is the body language. And when I say body language, I do not restrict myself only to face, only to eyes, but I also mean the correct posture, the gestures, and the use of a frequent use of the hand movements or the shoulder movements, because we Indians are, we belong to that culture where a lot of usage of facial muscles is probably not possible. We do not very frequently use our facial muscles as the people in the West do, as the people in England or the people in America do. So we are the ones who use our gestures. So let our gestures do the talk. Let our gestures convey the meaning. Let our posture convey the meaning. So first is body language, and the second is the touch. That is the haptics. How the greetings need to be changed in the new normal. Think twice before making handshake. Think twice before hugging, because we need to double think. We need to protect ourselves and we need to protect others. So second thing is to work upon haptics. Haptics is that aspect of communication where you communicate and transmit the message through touch. And touch is something that is being a big no in the corona times. So you need to understand that handshakes are to be worked upon. So namaste is the new normal. So greetings, body language, then haptics. Then I came upon the work oral communication. Try to communicate with clarity, precision, even when you are wearing a shield, even when you are wearing a mask. So practice to be courteous, practice to open your mouth and speak. We Indians do not have the habit of opening our mouths and speaking. That is a part of our culture, and no harm in that. But we need to adapt to the changing times. So communicating effectively when wearing masks, and that also communicating effectively when you are orally communicating, that is how, that is where you need to work upon. So start communicating, sit at home and wear the mask and try to communicate clearly. That is what you need to do at workplace. Personally, you may have your own freedom, but professionally, you are accountable to the organization. You are accountable to your colleagues at workplace, because you do not have the right to put others at risk and in danger. That is the accountability, that kind of accountability you require at workplace. Respecting your hygiene, your distancing, and respecting the social distancing too. So oral communication needs to be worked upon. Then written communication needs to be worked upon. Learn to write clearly, correctly, precisely, because because the amount of work has multiplied. The work has increased. All the teachers are not only taking your online classes, they are attending virtual meetings, they are preparing presentations, they are creating videos, and the same is happening at the workplace. Think about a salesman, think about a sales manager, the kind of work that he needs to do. You might have seen people briefing and debriefing in the morning All the sales executive with the team leaders assembling at one place, briefing each other, and giving tips to each other how to get a good sales that day, how to come back with a big smile on your face that I have done more than that I was asked for. Now those days are gone. Now these things are done either on phone or they are done virtually. So your written communication needs to be persuasive. Your written communication needs to be clear, concise, and complete. Either it be through mail, or it be through text messages, or it be through any other written means. So the way you used to write reports, that has changed. The reports are not long enough; they are brief. So adapt to the change. So work upon your written communication skills. And the last one that I was talking about is the digital skills. Please enroll yourself online to all the programs where you can understand. There are so many videos available. Please watch those videos and work upon your Microsoft, the way you work upon your Microsoft Word, your Microsoft in Microsoft, that is PowerPoint presentation, and Excel, and other, either it be Paint or it be the entire Microsoft Office. Work upon that. Now, by digital skills, I also mean to learn to operate and learn how to function with the digital platforms. Learn how to operate Zoom, Google Meet. Learn those virtual etiquettes along with netiquettes. That is important for you. So identify the virtual etiquettes, because those virtual etiquettes, they symbolize the courtesy, the degree of formality at workplace, the degree of informality at workplace is maintained when you follow the virtual etiquettes, the netiquettes properly. Identify what are these virtual etiquettes and netiquettes, and learn and practice them in your day-to-day communication. Because when you are communicating with your teachers in through online classes, you are communicating virtually, and you need to give an exposure to those virtual etiquettes. So let's practice in our classrooms. Let's start practicing through our classroom communication. That is another thing. Now, last I come to is your leadership skills. A good communicator leads his or her own self towards success and leads others to success. A good leader, a good communicator is an asset to the organization. How can you be the one? How can you be the path breaking leader? By opening up to the changing times, by being proactive, by taking calculated risk, by being a problem solver instead of problem buster. So these skills, I hope, would take you a long way in the world of professional success, in the world of success at a workplace, which is new to you, which is not the traditional, the classic, which your parents, which your grandparents have worked. We see a generation gap in about 20 years, but 10 months have given us a lesson of a lifetime, which many generations have not. Let us consider ourselves lucky enough to gain the experience of facing crisis. Pandemic is a crisis, and communication in crisis times is the one that matters. So you are the lucky one who have learned to communicate during the crisis times. Crisis comes unheard, and the same happened. So let's be ready with appropriate communication skills in the crisis times, so that in future, may God bless us with health, safety, not only for us, but our future generations, where there is no place for pandemic. But let us be prepared for that. And this 2020, this COVID-19 has given us that opportunity, not only to us, but the entire community in the world, to open, to address the crisis times through effective communication. So probably in a year or two, when you would join an organization, you have a handy experience of managing communication in difficult times. You have learned to solve the problems here itself. So the big picture is to be employment ready with adapting to the dynamics of changing workplace communication skills. I hope you might have understood what I meant to convey and why I have been here. I hope that I have done justice to the task that I assigned. Now I'm waiting for your questions, your queries, your comments. If there are any, please ask. I'm waiting.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Vineet.
Thank
I hope
you.
students have some questions.
If anybody have any kind of question, they can put them in a chat box so we can put it in front of ma'am. Everybody is appreciating him. I think everybody has got the things you want to convey to them.
I hope so, Vineet. And a big thank you to all of you and to all the audience who have joined through your university for being a patient listener and giving me the opportunity to address them virtually. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks to all the contributors and stakeholder of this Adapt Talk. I would like to record my thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Chetan Trivedi sir for his valuable and motivational speech, and he is always a motivational source for us during such kind of activities. Out of his very busy schedule, he spent this time with us and shows his commitment toward education. Thank you so much, Trivedi sir. I would also like to express my thanks to Ansu Surve ma'am. Ma'am, you have very easily explained today's topic, and thank you so much for your excellent talk on changing dynamics of workplace communication in Corona times. Ma'am, you have unfolded many things during this session regarding communication with a special reference to our workplace. And ma'am, you have highlighted so many things like upskill and body language, non-verbal communication, that you explained that how our mouth is covered during this corona time so we can speak through our eyes, and this elbow rub. You have talked about digital skill, and you have also talked about uplifting our skills, and you have also talked about new normal things, improving our problem solving skill. You have also talked about Vyapam, Coursera, Swayam, online courses. Thank you very much, Ansu ma'am. Uh, I would also like to express my thanks to Bhavsing Dodia sir, our young and hardworking HOD, Dr. Dinesh Chavda, Anita Ba ma'am, for continuous support. I would also like to thank our HODs of various department, teacher, respected AC members, and most importantly, our student viewers and researchers. Thank you all for being with us, for your valuable appreciation and comment. Have a great time. Jai Hind. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Best wishes to you and the university.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you,
you, sir.
ma'am.